Hi. Hi, I'm Francis Campoy. I'm a developer advocate for the Google Cloud Platform based in San Francisco. And today I'm going to be talking about containerizing your developer experience or how to make your open source project not suck. We're going to be talking about why could you containerize your developer experience and what does that even mean? What's the point of all of this? And then how to do it, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so containerizing your developer experience, that's a cool title for a talk, like brings people, but what does actually mean? So my goal is to make an open source project where contributors don't have a hard time contributing. So talking about projects that are open source aren't that awesome, but at the same time, if you're a contributor for the first time, suck. I will talk about FFmpeg. I don't know if any of you have tried to install FFmpeg on their machines. FFmpeg is a beautiful library. It's huge. Installing it's quite hard. So if the first thing that you ask a developer that might try to help you is, go over all of these dependencies, install them on your machine, and then you talk to us, you're going to lose most of them. So that's a little bit of a problem. So why containerizing? Because we're going to try to help those developers. And also because this is Dockercon, so that's the point, right? And what do you containerize? Well, you can containerize everything. We're going to be containerizing libraries. We're going to be containerizing compilers and tools, but also you can do even editors if you want to. OK, so the benefits is that right now, if you want to have imagine that you're a new contributor for any project that it's kind of hard, complicated. The steps. So let's imagine that I have an FFmpeg binding for Go. First step, install Go. Easy. Then go get, which fails because you don't have FFmpeg. Then install FFmpeg, which fails because you're missing some libraries. Then you install those libraries. Hopefully, it's kind of hard depending on your distribution. I've done it, and the result was adapting fetal position, trying not to cry, and then crying a lot. So this is something that happens. Yeah. So what I would like to have? It's not this. So one doesn't simply install FFmpeg. That's not that easy. You cannot just put a documentation saying, just install this. That's not how that works. So what I would like to have is, OK, I'm a new contributor for this project. What I have to do is install Docker, Docker run. That's it. I want to do this. And then cry of happiness if you're really, really happy. Since we're in Spain, I decided that cry in Spanish. I don't know if you've ever seen this, cry in Spanish. I also have the Catalan version. OK, so let's see some code. So the first thing that I did is I want to install, OK, the first thing that I'm going to do is I don't want you to see this. OK, so the first thing that I did, and ignore everything that is commented for now, is install Go. OK, so install Go, it's from Golang latest. That's it. That means install Go. Now if I do docker build -it campoy image magic dev shell dot, that will build with docker build -t numport. OK, now I have one image and I can run it. So docker run I --rm -it that thing bin bash. Cool. Go version. Go is installed. Easy. I don't need to know even what Go is. Go now works. Perfect. You should know what Go is, by the way. But that's a different thing. OK, the next step is, install FFmpeg. And install FFmpeg, sorry. I actually didn't do FFmpeg because I had to do it over the Wi-Fi here today. There was no way that was going to work. So instead, I'm doing ImageMagick, which is an awesome library, quite complicated too, but much smaller. So that worked better. So turns out that installing ImageMagick is quite easy if you're on Linux. If your contributor turns out to be on Windows, well, good luck with that. So that's just the only step we have to do. So again, I'm going to build it. And now when I run it, I'm able to see that somewhere there's image magic. So grep image magic. So there's somewhere. Cool. We have image magic installed. The next step is, well, now you do go get, and you go get that code. And when you do this is quite simple. Go get and install all the things. That's the 3 dots at the end. Just go get everything that is inside. Now we do that. Build and run. And now I can go here and say that we indeed have some code here. And I can go to examples. I can go to my bunny example. And there's some images here. And I can do go run main.go. And it doesn't fail, which is good news. Now, I want to see what is inside. So I do vi main.go. And it says you don't have vi. And then I cry again. So what's the solution for this? Oh, well, if you want to do that, then you should do something like, wait. No, I mixed it. It's here. Yeah, it's here. That's going to mess it up, though. Yeah, it's going to mess it up. Too bad. OK, so I can do this. I can install my... So when I do Docker build, now it's actually going to install. Might be fast, might be not fast. But now you have Vim installed. On top of that, I want to also have to allow my user to be able to use Vim the way they want to use it. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to define my bashrc, and I'm going to, whoops, you didn't see that, my makefile. And my makefile, I'm going to say, OK, on top of running my container with a given name, I'm also going to do something like this, -v, home, actually, what's the name? Vim as root Vim, and so on. And this is going to allow you to basically map whatever preferences and plugins you have on Vim on your local machine to your container. And that's cool. But I think that there's something even cooler, which is now I'm going, OK, let's try to run it. So if I run this, now I can actually do Vim. Cool, that works. Now, the next step is once I have that example running it, I generated some images. I want to see them, right? And there's a way of doing that, which is, well, you map one volume from your machine onto the container. And then once you're done, you copy those images to the volume that you created. And that's the solution. But if what I want to do is just, I want to see what's inside of that container. That's actually not that easy. There's a very cool way to do it. And I'm just going to go there, because 10 minutes is very short. So how many of you know SSHFS? OK, SSHFS, I didn't know what it was. But basically, it's a file system over SSH. Your container has SSH. You can mount anything from your container. So if we do some Vim magic, OK. And I build my image again. That works very quick. And now I'm going to do make shell. That's going to create a shell. That's not the good one. Move makefile.old to makefile make shell. So I'm adding, on top of that, startup.sh. What it's doing, it's just starting SSH server inside. So there's a blog post on the, if you Google Docker SSH service, you'll find a very nice blog post that explains how to do it. Now, the cool thing is that I can do source bash. Whoop, not that. I can do Docker SSH mount. And what this is doing is mounting. No, that's going to fail. What this is doing is actually mounting it. OK, it's connecting to my container. It's asking for a password. And now my container is mapped to my machine. And I can go into it, and I can open whatever I want and see everything inside. So then you can use Eclipse if you like it, which you shouldn't. And now I'm out of time.
Well done.
Cool.
We have 5 minutes for questions. If there are any questions in the room.
Yeah.
Do we need a mic for that so that it's on the video?
I will repeat the question. That's fine.
Why didn't you try to launch Eclipse inside your container?
You could. You definitely could. The same way you're running Vim inside of the container, you could. And actually, one of my coworkers, Mark Mandel, he did it. He writes Clojure, and he did it with light tables. So you can basically, instead of forcing people to install your tooling, you can put all your tooling inside of the container. And then you have to explain in 10 minutes in a lightning talk how to do the X server part, which is why I decided not to do it. But yeah, that's the idea. Basically, is you should be able to put everything that you need inside of a container. And then when I'm a new user, everything that I have to do is I have a makefile, maybe a bash RC or something with a couple functions that I'm going to need to run. And that's it. That's everything I need to know.
Okay, this is just because the approach with SSHFS or sharing folder start to be very complicated inside Windows, for example, to develop Node.js and you have symbolic link. When you try to mount that on Windows or even on macOS with the rights, the UID, which are different, may change with the new username.
There's a, so the,
It will be complicated for the
yeah.
developer, and finally, because we tried it.
You can fix that though. You can change the user and the UID and the group ID that you're actually executing in the container. And if you do it for Mac, at least it works. So all the artifacts that you're creating from the container will belong to the actual user. So you get rid of all those conflicts. For Windows, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. Yes.
Is all this project available somewhere that we can maybe take a look at it?
Not yet. I will open source it. You can, like, that's Francesc on Twitter. And I will open source it soon and tweet about it. And there's actually, we are 3 people from my team talking exactly about the same things at the same time because we think it's cool. So I will link also to the other presentations. Also, you can send me emails. I have an email, so if you want to. Cool. So if there's no more questions, you can find me later during the conference or tonight at the party. Thank you.